Hey gang, it's early in the morning. Haven't warmed up yet or anything, but want to do something other than just talking about harmonica. Want to talk about something that I realized the past couple of days um, about being inspired and to inspire others. It's sort of I don't know, it's sort of something that gets to your soul where you realize somebody's got the blues and they're going through a hard time and you want to help them out, but it's really hard. You really can't do too much, but they want to sell everything out and everything just to and you know who you are. We contacted each other yesterday. um, this is the 9th of July 2019, by the way. And the thing of it is, selling out your passion in order to pay the rent or pay a bill or something like that, you have to realize those bills are always going to be there. But what are you going to go back on at the end of the day? And if you think about this, at the end of the day, your passion, your soul, what makes you you is all you have left. So giving up what you love to do to express that portion of yourself, like playing harmonica or whatever it is you do. If you have a laptop, you're a novel writer or something, why would you get rid of your computer and stop writing? It's it's basically the same thing. Your passion, it's part of you. You're sharing part of you with the world, and you're inspired to do so. You take all those emotions from these happenings in your life. Like this one particular individual, he told me that his girlfriend had an addiction problem, and she took all the money that they had together that for rent and spent it on whatever, and he hadn't seen her in a few days. So that goes back on the old theme, my woman done left me and took everything I got. Woke up this morning, whatever. How the old songs go. It's the same repetitive thing, and the guy was going through all sorts of emotional troubles, and he figured that he had to sell his stuff online in order to just get along in life and just continue on. And to me, that just seems counterproductive because in the future he couldn't use that to do anything else, go out and have fun, make a few bucks or whatever, increase his net worth financially and emotionally. So basically, when you do something like that, you're destroying your future and your chances of success down the road. Is what you're looking at is, like another school of thought, a higher paying skill that you can develop in order to enrich your life and enrich others. I feel inspired to help people out and to realize this, to follow your passions, but don't spend all your money on it and leave yourself out on the street kind of thing. I'm not saying that at all, because that would just be foolish. You're just throwing your money around and playing games with toys. You're not really pursuing your passion. You just want all the goodies and stuff, and you want to play. And that goes with anything. You have to build, and you have to get some character built up in you and credibility, with your community or whatever you're trying to produce yourself as. A writer does this too. You can't just spend thousands of dollars on everything and throw your writing out there, and then everybody's like, "Ew, man, your grammar sucks. You need to be cleaned up quite the bit," or anything like that. You can't just go out and buy a bunch of fireworks, for instance, and you spent these thousands of dollars on fireworks, and then you go down to the lake, on the 4th of July or whatever, and then the wind picks up, and your fireworks are all going way the hell over here out in the woods. And everybody's like, we can't see the fireworks. What's going on? And the guy's saying, well, I'm the one who bought the things. I know what I'm doing. Well, and somebody else comes along that says, I've been in artillery for a few years. You really don't know your azimuth or anything. And let me show you how it's done. And then they argue with stuff, but I spent the money. Well, that person wasn't passionate about it. They didn't spend the time to do what it takes to know. So you can't just like Hank Williams said. Hank Williams Jr. He's got a song out. Him and Kid Rock was playing together. You can't fake it. If you're gonna make it, you gotta live it. And a part of that is keeping your passion and developing your passion. So giving that all up because you got the blues for a little bit is just gonna bring more blues to you in the future. And you're gonna look around and say, man, I can't even play my instruments, or even go over to a buddy's house, while they're practicing guitar and they're having a couple of beers around the fire and they want to have a sing along or whatever. I'm going to be standing here instrumentless and passionless. The only thing I can do is tap my toes and be a spectator. And being a spectator in your own life isn't inspiring to anyone, especially yourself. So what do you have to offer the world? What do you have to offer for yourself and for your own personal development? Not much, because you done give up. You got to use that pain as leverage. This is what the blues is all about. It's not just about hitting that note, you got the 12-bar blues. No, that's not the right one. Anyways, you get the 12-bar blues. Dun, 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 dun. Start that stuff off, and yeah, okay, we're just dialing it in. But then you get all your passion that you have and all the emotions that's pent up inside, and you let it out. Here, and then you let it out all at once in just one big explosion, and you express yourself more fully through what you want to do. And it's not, so everybody can do that and just kind of dial it in. But then when you use these emotions and to follow your passion, you're going to be better off in the long run, because you're going to open up and share that soul with people in the long run. And you play that note just a little different, you bend a little harder, you play a little harder or softer, and you share those actual emotions through the thing that you're doing. Whatever your passion is, it makes you more passionate, I want to say, because you're more focused and concentrating on making it that much better. And you want to express that and share that with the world. And this, inspiring people to do these things and not giving up, and to continue on, and to seek out others also. This particular individual, he lives in northern Michigan, not too far away from my town. It's another small town, and we got to talking yesterday on the phone, and he said, well, I didn't know that there was a harmonica community out there. And I told him, oh yeah, you got to look for it, but there's a harmonica community out there, and they'll give you support and show you lessons and show you where to go and where the action is and all that stuff like that. So, why would you give up before you really even try? If you're not passionate about it, that's fine. If it's not your main thing, then make the decisions accordingly that makes your life better. But if you are passionate about something, then don't give up that just to pay somebody a bill. Don't sell out everything. There are other ways you can do things. You can, help people mow the lawn or something, or work on a car or something. Figure it out. Even if you're working 12 hours a day and stuff in a factory somewhere, there's always something that you can do extra, even if it's for somebody else who's working in the factory with you. They might need help doing something too. Advertise yourself, have help out, and work your ass off. But whatever you do, I mean, and this is a temporary thing until you get caught up. It's temporary until you figure out your finances and figure out how to live decent with what you got and increase your net worth. And then you take something that can pay you and you're passionate about, and then you pursue that. It might take a while before anything starts manifesting in your life, but it's worth it. It's really worth it. I've been playing for many years. I can't even count how many years I've been playing because I'm almost 50 years old, and I've been playing since I was a kid, off and on. But as I got older, in my mid-20s, I regret going to the pawn shop and selling my amp and my harmonicas and all the rest of my gear and pursuing other things just to get along in life. And all the things that I had were, I'm seeing online now where they were classic, they were expensive, and they were just totally awesome in tonality and vibrance and performance wise. And I missed those things, and I sold out. I just sold out. And what I wind up with in the long run, sure, a couple of bills got paid right away, but I didn't have anything after that. I was walking around with nothing. Nothing to do. Nothing to be passionate about. Just miserable as hell. I sold part of my soul because somebody else decided this is how much you have to pay me. And you can't do that. You can't let other people determine your entire life. Sure, pay your bills. I'm not saying that. Pay your bills. But whatever you do, don't give up on your passions. Don't do that. Just turn them into something even better, even if it takes a lot of time. And I don't want to hear any complaining about, oh, I can't because I don't have the time. Make time. Turn the TV off. Schedule something to where you can take at least an hour, maybe 2 hours to practice or get your mind straight for certain like mental jobs like writing or anything like that, engineering. Just take the time and make the time. Just isolate yourself, put yourself in the bedroom or whatever, lock the door, get your little table out, whatever you have to do, and just pursue your passion. And part of that is, who do you listen to? Well, you don't listen to somebody who's never done it, who's never been out there and actually did the thing that you want to do. Because everybody has a theory, or I should say a hypothesis, of how to do something. And it's usually these people who are clueless. And they're passionless in their lives also. And it shows. It really shows. They're not out there doing it. You have to live it, just like Hank Jr. says. So go to somebody, a professional, and get a mentor. That's what you need, is a mentor. And you can do this later on down the road too. You can be a mentor and inspire others also. But first you have to inspire yourself and get inspiration from somebody. And, this mentor don't owe you squat. You can pay them for lessons or whatever. But, following them around and learning from them is your goal. That way you can better your passion and you can have somebody say, hey, this is how it's done. When I first started playing serious, I was down in North Carolina, and I was kind of on the blues circuit, and we did open mic nights and stuff like that. But one night, I was shown how to bend notes a little bit better and do half steps and full steps. And, like this. And it's kind of shitty, but anyways, this old guy showed me this, but I was still really nervous about being on stage. And he told me, he said, son, what you got to do is let them dogs loose. If you have stage fright, think of it as that nervous energy that you have to turn into positive energy. and just go for it. Just let it loose. Let those emotions loose. You have to cut those dogs from them leads and let them run. This is what you got to do. Otherwise, you're always going to be up here afraid. So take that positive energy and nervous energy and turn it into positive energy. And I thought, you know what? This isn't going to be as hard as I thought pursuing my passions. Just doing it, having the balls to go out there and just do it and get it done. And I don't care what people think about me anymore when I'm doing this, because this is part of me. Who gives a shit? I'm going to do it anyways. I don't care. I don't care if my house burns down. I'm still Randy the Harmonica Man. Nobody's ever going to take that from me. And nobody's ever going to take your passion from you except for you. And you need to think about that.